Hi everyone, my name is Alex. I'm a personal trainer and nutrition coach. If you want coaching, you can contact me in Instagram. You can just DM me or visit my website and book a free call. This video will be about why you should do exercise. What's the benefits of a healthy life and the physical activity. Okay, so this video is probably more for people that neglect exercise. Let's say they have like a disease of inactivity, which is called hypokinetic, if I'm not wrong. My native language is Portuguese, it's not English, so I may fail in some things fairly a lot, to be honest, because I'm not good with names at all, even in Portuguese, so it's really a thing because I'm dyslexic. Anyway, so disease like for inactivity like hypokinetic, it's one of the main causes of that in UK, which is where I'm based on now. So I'll be telling you based on some studies from not too long ago, okay, and what's been noticed in these things in the recent years. So just from the World Health Organization 2003, in each of the UK home countries, less than half of all adults meet the recommendation activity levels 150 minutes a week. That's what they recommend. Is it enough? Probably not, depending on what type of activity you are doing. This study is more based on movement, being active, which means probably cardio, but not bodybuilding, for example, or any powerlifting that will benefit in a bone density. Okay, these things will be based on activity in your daily life and weekly life for your heart and your organs, but these don't specifically will talk about the bone density, which is something that will come for you to practice powerlifting, CrossFit, bodybuilding, these kind of activities in a gym that allow you to increase the bone density, get stronger joint, etc. But you have to keep attention, depending the age you start these activities, you have to work according to it. Which means if you are 60 years old getting in a team for the very first time, don't go play 20s. Don't go in there and just try to go heavy all in. Okay, so the thing is, you have to understand your situation, okay, and whether you are 20 starting the gym, you are 60. If you are 20, you probably did already some sport in school, which is common nowadays. You do some activity at least in school, and that will already give you some good things to start, depending on your genetic and how active you were as well in the past. But this person that don't have any background in the recent times about exercise, it's probably work, and depends on this work. Of course, if he's a constructor, definitely will have even more advantage compared probably a 20 years old that never will work out in their lives, because the construction have to carry heavy bags all the time, and this creates actually some bone density and joint strength, so they probably will be better than the guy at 20s if they go to the 50s or 40s, start the gym. And you can really tell there's some guys in construction that with good genetic, if they work out and have this kind of daily jobs, they will have advantage to have a better physique, because they just give another stimulation from what they are used to. Okay, but this is if you know how to work out as well. Just following this right now. So from home country, men in Scotland 43%, England 40%, Wales 36%, in North Ireland 33%, women 32%, 28% for England, 23% for Wales, and 28% for Northern Ireland. So this shows that there is more men following this kind of guidelines or have this activity or more than compared to women. Woman is a lower number, okay, Of course, this shows that some places will have a different approach, which means like Scotland looks to be the one in this sport that is more dedicated to do some activity. Okay, in Scotland don't have that many people actually. Scotland's very spread and very big. It's mostly like countryside, you can say. It's not really like yeah, I've been in Edinburgh already. It's the big city, it's the capital of Scotland, and can tell it's very like spread away. It's not like, for example, here in England will have more cities, so should have like more influence. They are like in second in the count, but doesn't seem that it's not as big as is in other ones. And Wales is not a big place as well, and Northern Ireland, but can tell the Irish probably will be more chill people, you know what I mean? So compared to England, that's more stressed and there's other kind of environments. Okay, you can really tell the difference when you go to Scotland and when you are in England. The activity from low-income households, lower social classes with lower levels of education attained. This can be because, like it's mentioned, the lower levels of education attained. So this means these people, it's not they are dumb, it's nothing to do with it, but these people don't have this much information that allow them to understand better certain things, like the health and the activity. So these things, they probably just feel like, I don't really need it. So they probably just think like, people go to the gym just to build muscle. You know, not everyone go to the gym to be a bodybuilder. At least 95% is just for like healthcare, nothing else, and look a bit better, that's it. Probably a few with good genetic will compete after a few years, but when they see that it's not for them, they'll just quit, and in 10 years just a very few numbers will be like dedicated to bodybuilding or powerlifting. So it's real like not everyone have different goal, and everyone just try to do their best whatever it is the goal, because the goal is very personal and different for everyone. Some people just want to lose fat, some people just want to keep healthy, so they don't go there to be something, they go there to keep something as well, because this is not like a video game that you play and save. You reach your goal, now you have to play to keep that goal on or get even better. So you have to keep working after you reach the goal. So it's not just reach it once and that's it, happy ending. You have to keep playing the game to be able to keep the goal that you wanted to reach to begin with. The low income households or lower social classes. So in UK you have very cheap gyms, okay? This may not be an excuse for some people skip gym. The commercial gyms are very cheap. £15 you can pay for one gym, and even less if you get some kind of deal. So this may not be an excuse, but these people tend to save money, okay? So you have to see, they may think I have to save a lot of money, because probably like these low households, I don't know how they classify this in UK, to be honest, but I'm assuming from what I have seen, because I can say if you have the minimum wage full-time job, you can do a good life. You can have an average life without no problem. Or you will be in like the middle class. You won't, because they're hires and they have to stand up and put it like, they have like put the steppers different. You probably are like low, but like high-low, let's say, because you can approach a house for yourself alone. You are like whatever you can do with all your full salary. You can have everything by yourself, okay? You can rent a room, whatever you want, but you can live by yourself with no problem, pay all your bills, no problem, okay? These probably lower households, lower income households will be people that earn less than that, because there's some people, for example, NHS, if you have less than 500 or 400 a month of income, something between that, that's when you have it for free. Okay, so this is probably the lower class they classify here. So, which makes sense that you are not even able to rent a place like that. You may be able to rent a house, but then you eat from what? From the hair, right? And these things, money will influence that because people have to save money, or this. But the thing is, like, there's no reason for you to don't make any exercise at all. You have some open parks that you can visit and do some physical activity, okay? Cardio you can do for free anywhere, okay? Lifting weights is a different story, because even if you don't go gym, pay your rent and use this, because you pay to use, okay? That's why you pay monthly, you're paying to use that facility. But when it comes to the lifting, if you don't rent this place, you have to buy it to use it at home. But not everyone has this money. It's not 2000 anymore. In 2000 was very cheap to build a gym at home. You get a barbell, like for example a 20 kilos barbell, you probably get for like £5. You go check that online now, you won't find it anywhere. Plates of 10-15 kilos, I have some of this from 2000 that the guy gave it to me when I was doing my building my home gym in Portugal, and the plates still have some of the plates still have the price on it. And the 10 kilos plate, it was like €3 and something. That was when the Heroes started and everything in Portugal. It was like, what? At the time I already bought two dumbbells that I had. Each dumbbell with 12 kilos cost around €10 each, or €12 each. It's like, I was like checking everything, and like in 2000 was very cheap. Almost anybody could afford it, okay? Things get extremely expensive in terms of the home gyms and everything. But you don't have an excuse. Even if you don't have income, you have open parks you can visit, and you should do some kind of activity. You cannot do pull-ups, TRX, okay, suspension training. You can get in Fnac or something, like a very cheap one for like £20. You can use that as a support to help you to do pull-ups, or just like simple angle it and do a lighter exercise, okay, like movements for the back. You can do some, well, for the chest it's very hard. You can do kind of suspension training, but that's really advanced level, but help you to with a lot of things, triceps, biceps, for the shoulders, for in terms of push movements. For the chest you have to make push-ups variations, and the shoulders you another kind of angle it variations as well, with chairs, etc., or even like put the feet to get like the most vertical as possible for your front delt, or the interior delt in this case. Going on the list, individual, working, and non-professional and non-managerial occupations. Women and girls, all age groups, are less active than men. Older populations, activity levels decline with age. About women being less active than men, I've seen some couples where the men don't want women to go gym, which is stupid. It's all just like about their jealousy, which is not good. They should support, okay? The exercise is very important. They just care if like someone is looking for their wives or something, which is quite a nonsense, because we look to each other no matter what, even if it's just like looking, like you just look for a side, oh, there's a person there, and that's it. So if you are one of those guys that don't allow your girlfriend to work out in a gym just because you are jealous of other guys to look at it, don't forget you look at the girls as well. Don't be that guy, that's quite stupid. Everyone wants to look better and improve themselves. Besides, exercise reduce stress, which is very good for the society that we are having today. Older population, why they don't usually go to exercise. In my point of view, and from what I've seen, these people most likely to just want to chill, and they think they are too old. Sometimes guys at 40 or 30 something, they already feel they are too old to start exercising, which is ridiculous. You should start anytime. You should, if you think about it, start today. Don't leave it for tomorrow, because it's not about like your age. It's never too late to start something. It's never too late someone start a business or whatsoever. You can start doing bodybuilding any time of your life. You don't have to be a bodybuilder, professional bodybuilder. You just have to do it to look better, because hypertrophy training have many benefits. Bone density, your joints will get stronger, your muscles get stronger, you will look better, your heart will work better, your body in general will feel healthier than ever before, and allows you to burn more fat. It's so much benefits that you don't have just from you doing cardio, for example, but both together it's a really good key for you to be healthy and be better than yesterday, okay? And the older people, they just feel they don't need it, and it's for the youngster, but it's not for everybody, and they should never think like that and just quit from everything, okay? It's not the right attitude for you to do it. If you are an older person watching this video, it's never too late. You should always start. There's proper ways. There's always PTs like me or other people that will help you and give you a proper workout for you to face your problem, even if it's bone density, which is a huge problem in that age. When you are over 50, 60, bone density, it's mainly one of the big issues, and then people don't really care about it and just let it be and get hurt very easily and go to hospital because they just fall on the floor, all these things because of the low bone density, and many times they get injury at home in basic tasks. Now talking about the health benefits. Okay, the health benefits I already talk about, I just already spew a few, but so in this study here, the regular moderate intensity activity offers many benefits for health. This includes, so we are going to talk about the basic activity to the moderate to intense. Moderate to intense, not extremely intense like sprinting and like do it to like a drop set, this kind of things on the gym. It's really like just more the basic stuff. Just do the basics and the simple basic compound movements, the basic things of the cardio, not crazy things, okay? I may say something apart, but we will keep with this for now, okay? So just to start, reducing the risk of premature death by 20 to 30%. Of course, this is based on how your genetic and everything is, because if you have cancer, you have the risk of cancer in your life. The chances are, if you are not active and doing a good nutrition, you will have cancer in the end. Because if I'm not wrong, 70% of the causes of cancer, it's a poor lifestyle and poor nutrition. So if you are missing both of it, you have 100% chance of having cancer, okay? So like, never think it's not needed for you, or just like don't give a damn about it, okay? Reducing the risks of developing coronary artery disease, CHD, which is the one pronounced, stroke, diabetes, and certain cancers by 50%. This thing about your heart, definitely like cardio will help you to improve your heart, but when you do certain levels of intensity during your hypertrophy or bodybuilding exercise, you will promote some strength for your heart, okay? Because if you do properly hypertrophy exercise, or a hypertrophy workout, you will definitely feel fatigue and improve your heart, but never skip cardio. If you do more volume workout, you may be able to escape with less time of cardio. You may do after your workout, or in a split day, or 2 to 3 times a week, different days or different parts of the day, or you just do right after your workout daily, 20 minutes or 15 minutes, just to give extra stimulation, improving your functional capacity. This definitely, like, you never skip stretching etc. after your workout. It's very important, just to release the stress of the muscle as well, but improve your mobility as well. Increasing impedance in an older people, which means like the elders, they suffer by neglecting exercise and activity in general in a younger age will happen like they will suffer the consequence later on for mobility, for strength, bone density very low, these kind of things that I speak before. It's very important to avoid that. It's like what you do today, it's to help you tomorrow, okay? Or change, or the change that you do today, it's to the future. It's not just, you can't just think on what you look today and think will be okay in 20 years. You have to think in the future. In terms of your health, you have to work in advance in ways to improve it, okay? Increase bone density and reducing the risk of osteoporosis. The same topic that we already speak before. Improving psychological well-being. Reducing stress, feel more confident, and other things depending on your problems. Depression can be one of them as well. Exercise helps with depression. Never neglect sport. Very important. Reducing risks of stress, anxiety, clinical depression. I just said it. Reducing the risk of falls in older adults. Like I said, if you have low bone density in your basic life, you can just get injured very easily if you ignore this fact. Improving the weight loss and weight management, reducing the risk of obesity, improving quality of life and general well-being. Department of Health 2011, that's what they said. So the thing is, do some exercise, okay? Doing exercise will prevent you to have some problems in the future, always, okay? Whether it's in 20-30 years, will hold you to have some health issues. If you are diabetic, can improve it. If you suffer with anxiety, depression, etc., will improve it. Your mental state counts. A lot of people don't go to the gym because they are not confident enough. Do one thing, don't give a damn. That's the way. Just think, I'm going there, I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to fight myself. Because when you are having anxiety problems to go somewhere else, you are fighting yourself, no one else. You are not fighting the people. The people there are just people. Most of the times they don't even notice you, okay? They do their stuff, you should go and do your stuff. That's the way to go. Because my camera died, so I have to record on my phone now. So like I was saying, if you have to do something, never hold yourself because of you think others will judge you or anything. Just keep going. You can't quit from what others, just because you think others think other things. So you have to keep it straight in your mind, so you just go there and do it. Other people suffer as well, other people have issues, and you can't just be quite selfish, because that's what happens for you. You get these kind of things holding because you think too much of yourself in a negative way, which is not good, and it's very hard. Everyone has problems, everyone tries to have their fights, everyone tries to face a lot of things in their lives, and you are not the only one. And that's not the way. You have to think about yourself in a positive way and try to accomplish something else besides just get depressed all the time and anxiety holding yourself to do what you want, okay? So the effect of physical activity on the causes of chronic health conditions. CVD risk factors, modifiable. Smoking, hypertension, high cholesterol, inactivity. So you can see it's a problem because, for example, if you go doctor, if you do a biopsy test, you'll see, for example, let's say you are 25, 8, 26 actually now, but you go there, your metabolic rate is like saying you are 35. How you feel? If you have 2 fingers of brain, you will think, well, that's something, it's not right, and you'll see probably your water levels, your water retention, intercellular water retention is very high, and the extra, it means outside, it's even higher. So something that's not right there, and like the fat and lack of muscle. So you have to understand, if you are at that point, you probably are obese. Okay, men's are obese over 25% and women over 30% of body fat. They are considered medical obese. Women look better at 22%, 25% of body fat than men, way leaner compared to each other. You can say the equivalent of a man on like with 12% body fat. It's what the woman at 22, 23 or 25% body fat may looks like, depending on her genetic and the disposition of the body fats on the body, because not everyone old fats in the same ways. Those is something you have to keep in mind as well. Why it is the modifiable least? Well, because smoking you can just stop. Hypertension can be controlled. High cholesterol can be controlled. Inactivity, you just start to be active. Diet, it's every regimen that you adapt for your goal. So diet is something that it shouldn't, diet, it's basically it's any regimen. So you just modulate in a way that you want to reach the goal or to remove the things you don't want in your life. Diabetes, even if it's like very chronic and hard for you and you are like very high risk situation, exercise will allow you to this risk reduce, not disappear, but you are able to be more normal. Okay, even mainly for those that have a low levels of diabetes problem, they are not in a higher risk, they can have a normal life with exercise because the insulin control and everything will be much better. Okay, the stress, obviously there's like kind of like chronic stress for some people because they are like insane levels of cortisol and the alternation of the nerve system in the body, central nervous system gets like crazy and they're like just a mess overall and get stressed for everything. It's of course it's something it's viable for exercise because we will reduce the cortisol and you're able to relax more. The non-modifiable things is like aging, heritage, and gender. Gender you can't change it. Okay, there's like some difference between woman and man. Okay, and that will be based on your hormone disposal. Okay, both have different hormone releases, and that will affect your goals and what you want for you, and will decide some factors about your journey. Okay. Heritage is something about your gene. Okay, it's something that you have to keep in mind about if you get someone in family with diabetes or obesity already, that may influence your life and something you have to keep in mind. Cancer problems in your family as well, something to keep in mind. Age, ways for you avoid aging as fast is keeping doing the exercise. If you keep being active from such a young age, you definitely at 60 will be better at some adults at 30 or even 40 because they neglect to do exercise or some sort of activity to prevent the aging, the increase of bone density, and the strength of the joint as well. It's something that allowed you to be better at the age of 16. If you are 16 and you want to go to the gym, it's not a problem. You will always have someone like me and coaches to help you and guide you in a way to go step by step to improve your health, improve your body without avoiding getting injured. Okay, because when you're elder, you are in a very sensitive position. To do some sort of exercise, you have to go very slow. If you are extremely obese, go in the same way. You are very heavy and you have to slowly progress to go there because your bone density may be quite strong but not strong enough to handle all the impact that you have in your body. If you go gym to do some cardio, do the elliptic cardio machine, the machine that impact the least your body. Okay, and you are able to increase your heart rate. Go checking, don't go too high if you are too obese because that since you are obese, your LDL problems will be your LDL will be very high, so the risk of you have a heart attack will be very high as well. So we have to keep that in mind and go slow and then slowly progress in a way to improve your body and your health. Okay, so for the hypertension person, this always will help to reduce the mild hypertension and prevent the age-related increase in blood pressure. Okay, longevity of exposure risk, assist the stress management, weight management, risk factors of long-term hypertension. Hypertension people are people that hold a lot of water, so water retention is a problem. Okay, a way to reduce your hypertension is reducing water. The cellular or extracellular water, extra is outside, intra inside of the muscle. And the way to do it's like by sweating, go sauna, do cardio. So put yourself in a lot. If it's very cold weather around you, wear a lot of shirts and sweat a lot inside. It's not comfort at all, but it's the way for you to lose this water retention. Hypercholesterol people, the activity will always allow you to prevent the issues in the future, or if you already suffer, to reduce it and promote a better future for you. Okay, some people have LDL problems and they are not fat or obese because of the gene. Okay, so it's blood type influence as well a bit. Diabetes, when you talk about diabetes, like I said before, will help you to reduce and have a more normal life. If you are talking about developing type 2 diabetes, will delay. Okay, exercise may delay or prevent from you to have it, but the risks are lower, and if you are already, at least allow you to have a more normal life. Okay, because will allow you to control your insulin. Your insulin sensitivity will be reduced. Okay, and as a diabetes will assist you to weight management, of course, and will contribute for the onset type 2 diabetes. And diabetes may lead for the coronary heart disease, CHD. So you have to see, like, if you suffer obesity as well, hypertension, hypercholesterolemia. 50% of the people with diabetes will die from CHD. So that's something that we have to keep in mind if you have this problem already. Okay, it's not just one problem that counts, but others may appear in a consequence of neglecting exercise and diet in your life. Okay, osteoarthritis. Osteoarthritis is the most common joint disease, and nearly every person over the age of 60 has affected joints. So this will increase, like what I said before. If you are elder and never did sport before, your bone density, your joint will be weaker. That's why, like, in your basic life, you may get injured for nothing. Okay, you just fall and you just get injured and have to go hospital, and people don't want that. So the earlier you start, the better, but even if it's later on, it's never too late. Okay. Osteoporosis. The osteoporosis increases the risk of fracture from falls, so this applies for the elders as well. Okay, in a frail older adult, the two primary risks for the osteoporosis are peak bone mass and bone loss. So the bone density, it's really important. Okay, so even when you are a bodybuilder or power lifter, the older you get, you don't work in the same way. You start doing lower weights and focus in more your bone density, your muscle connection, which is like, you probably by that age they already have the body they wanted anyway. So they will preserve the joint, they won't force it, and will try to keep that bone density so that they have a more healthier state time they reach the 60s and 70s and 80s, and they can preserve their life. Okay, that's the way to counter-attack your aging. Okay, low back pain. 80% of the population experience low back pain at some point in their lives, and 150 million working days are lost each year because of LBP, the low back pain. It's like the stress is one of the things that increase it as well. But if you are not doing this activity to increase the bone density, etc., and control your posture, because that's one of the things as well about exercise, better posture as well, because when you perform the exercise, you automatically have to be able to put yourself in certain position to be able to angle and target the muscles that you want. That improves your posture. Okay, the lower back, it's caused by bad posture. The stress as well, because of the mid lower part of your back holds a lot of stress on it as well, and it's part of the core area in general. It's one of the things that carry a lot of the weight of your movements, so everything you do will pass by your core in general, which is influence the lower back as well. Anxiety and depression. Is estimated around 1 in 6 people experience a mental health condition at any one time. So basically, in some time in your life, you will suffer some kind of mental issue, depression, or even like will to commit suicide, depending on like the situation you are feeling. Like bullying may be one of the reasons that will apply for some of these mental health appears, because will basically, if it's extreme bullying, may affect your confidence, etc., and make you feel like nobody in the world. Okay, so the activity or the gym, some sort of activity in your life, reduce the risk of clinical depression, will assist the stress management, will improve your mood and reduce the anxiety, improves your self-esteem and confidence, improves your body image. Okay, because when you feel confident, you, you look at yourself in a different way when you're looking very negatively. So it's a psychotherapy basically, because the medication is a longer term thing, but it's never good for your body because it will damage your liver, your pancreas, depending kind of medication, because it's metabolized by the body. But it's something that you may can get used to or addicted to. Meanwhile, exercise is something always healthy. The diet, everything will be always beneficial as long as you just keep it. Okay. Cancer, talk about cancer before. In England, for example, over 220,000 people are diagnosed with cancer, with more than 120,000 dying each year from the disease. Okay, it is from the Department of Health 2004. Like we talked about this before, reduced overall risks as a protective effect against colon cancer, reduced the risk of breast cancer in a post-menopausal woman. By reducing the risk of obesity, it offers the secondary prevention effect against cancer. So that's something you have to pay attention when you are having this kind of obesity problems as well. That increase other problems. So it's like basically one bad thing never comes alone. Okay, that's something you have to keep in mind. So talking about some activities that can be considered, always start like some type of activities that can be considered in your daily life. So for the daily life, we have some like vigorous hours working, like gardening, cleaning the car, moving around, dying, active traveling, this is like walking, hiking, whatever. Active work, no task based, of course, like construction. Okay, active play with your kids, do some kind of things around, using stairs more often instead of just go by the lift all the time, because that stairs, like, let's say it's a good cardio exercise. Active in activity in leisure, so it's like the gym training, group exercise to music. You can go to the class as well. Aqua aerobics, aqua exercises are very good in terms of mobility, and for elder people it's very good aqua exercises because don't have impact in the body and you have some resistance of the water as well. Okay, circuit training, health walks, it means like you can just do go walk with your dog, but don't just walk by walking, walk with some intensity. Okay, cycling, swimming, dance and movement, yoga, outdoor activities, hill walking and climbing. Like I said, don't neglect activity just because of money. If you don't have money, go to the parks, do some suspension training. You have many options that you can do for free. You can do some online class as well. So there's always something that can allow you to be active for free. Don't look at the money as a thing to hold you back. Okay. Then you have like the more sports things, so social or competitive. Okay, the games, basketball, football, cricket, athletics, varied tracks and fields, water sports like the swim before, sailing, rowing, individual sports, judo, boxing, weightlifting, swimming. Okay, so in terms of the intensities, you have to see according to the level that you are. Okay, you can't just go there to the first time you never exercise and goes to like all in, you just feel like destroyed, because that's too much damage at once to your body be able to recover. So it takes some time and you feel the soreness for a very long time for you to be able to recover, and that may be a thing that may hold you back to go back and exercise again. So you have to go, and like if you're for the very first time or you're elder, it's like lighter activities. Okay, then you go for the moderate, the according to your level. If you already do some exercise, so you can go a bit more aggressive. And the vigorous activity requires to sustain a large muscle movement, 60-70%. So it's like this more aggressive hypertrophy training, and was like really like focusing to build muscle, for example, or a more maximal heart rate, like powerlifting 1 rep max, you give 100% in one time. That will have a tool in your heart, because you will give like everything, oxygenate all the blood to the muscles at once at that time, or like a heat cardio as well, because you go very intense for a very short time, like a sprint or anything. The moderates, like I'd say mid-term running, not that aggressive, you go like steady, and like a very light activity that's continuous and you can hold and have proper rest and don't go too heavy. You can do for higher reps. So that's one of the things. So I'll bring this video to an end. There's not much more that we can talk about. I hope you get the essential from it. It's quite a long video, but I hope you enjoy it. If you like it, or have any questions, just comment below, subscribe for more, and I hope to see you in the next one. If you want coaching as well, just have to go to my Instagram, DM me, or go to my website and book a free call, and I just get in touch with you. Okay, see you in the next one.